Welcome back to 100 Days of 6-Minute Stories. My name is Andrea and we are on day 11. And I'm sure you noticed yesterday I'm working out the kinks on which video editor to use, and it made me very tiny, so thanks for your patience as I work out the kinks. But I was thinking of something funny about my past recently, and from when I was younger, I had a horrible phobia of heights. I was terrified of heights. I mean, in actuality, I was afraid of everything. Everything scared me. The running joke was that if I had a kid growing up, that I'd probably make them wear a helmet in the car because I was overly cautious. And I'm not sure why. I think because when I was very small, people didn't really see me when I was so tiny, and sometimes they'd bump into me, or like I wouldn't make it through when someone was closing the door. Awkward things like that, where my clumsiness paired with not being in someone's visual perception just made me think like the world was full of death traps. I think a good example of my fear of heights took place in high school, where we had a ropes course in the field of our high school, which I'm realizing now is a bit extravagant, but we had a ropes course, a high ropes course, and we had a low ropes course that was in the gymnasium. So we all had to take a lesson in belaying during one of our gym classes, and everyone had to climb up to the to the ceiling of the gymnasium and shimmy across this rope to kind of pass that we can belay and take care of ourselves. So I go up there, much to my chagrin. And mind you, this is high school, so every embarrassing thing that happens feels like life or death. And I get up there, my whole class is watching me because we each have to take turns and watch everyone in the class do this same action. And I got up there and I say, I'm not coming down. I was just hugging the rope and hanging on, and I refused to let go for a good 3 or 4 minutes until my gym teacher, my PE teacher, talked me down, and they belayed me gently down. It was like, she was a negotiator, telling me things to sort of assuage me into trusting her to let go. So fast forward to last year, and I have a few friends that I made through Spotify's running club that I'm very close with, and every year we get together and we do some sort of adventure running, or just something active to do together, something that we're really passionate about. And one particular friend, Fallon, is someone that I really look up to. She's always traveling, she's always doing something exciting, and she's always willing to try something new. So when she invited me on a random trip to Norway that she was planning to go by herself, I jumped all over it. I was like, absolutely. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even know if I could take the time or afford to go, but I knew that going on a vacation with this particular friend would be incredible, and it was something I didn't want to pass up. So I often trust her decisions in planning. She's usually our team captain when we do sports, and she's a little bit more organized when it comes to planning vacations. So when she messaged me that she was thinking about us doing a hike up to Trolltunga, which is a very popular glacial rock surface in Norway, but she said that she was thinking about doing it via Verata. So between you and me, I didn't know what that meant at all. But I said, absolutely, let's do it. Let's climb up the Verata. And here I was thinking that these are like, you know, when you get to the top of the mountain, after you take a soft trail, that it's like kind of like the idea of the stairway to heaven, just like a few steep steps and we make it up there. But no, it was a full like half of the 10-mile trek is just fully vertical climb up the side of this mountain. And I'd already agreed, and I knew it was something that I have a fear of. It's not as strong today, but I was like, okay, we're going to Norway. I'm gonna do this. So we have to first walk to the location. We drove to the location, then we had to bike to the base of the mountain, and then we're clipped in. And the instructor said, if anyone is not confident in belaying and climbing, then feel free to kind of come into my group. And I hugged onto him so tightly. I made sure I was the person right behind him. So as we're climbing up, in the beginning, he was like, oh, you're very much like Bambi on ice. Telling me that I basically had no coordination and it looked like I was gonna fall off this mountain. And Fallon's ahead of me a few spots, like just looking breezy. She does this all the time. And after several hours, we made it to the top, and I cannot describe how exhilarating it was to do this with one of my best friends and to knowingly overcome a fear that I find is very rational, all because I agreed to do something that I didn't know anything about. So next time someone invites you on a random trip with a random plan, just say yes, and you might get a lot of fun things out of it.